Hello everyone and welcome back to Building Nations. As you can see, we are once again in the area for all of your suggested build ideas. In this episode, we have a brand new idea from St1nson underscore, who says, okay, real idea. Make a monster that's like hidden in the mountain or a cool tower. Well, when questioned about this, because I asked him, like, hey, you can't have two. That's not allowed. You can't have two. Why do you have two? He said, that's why I said or. So I guess he doesn't know. He wants me to choose. But that's not the point. The point isn't for me to choose, the point is for you to choose by voting for the most liked, whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna flip a coin. So I don't have any real coins nearby. Actually, that's a lie, I do. But I'm going to use Google on my phone. So, flip a coin, Google. We got tails. So, I guess we're doing a cool tower. Perfect. I can do that. I can make a cool tower. Also, unrelated, watch as this tree decays during the entirety of the time lapse, because it will, and I'll laugh when it happens, because it'll be pretty funny. Alright, so it is once again time for another interesting topic of conversation. And this, it'll be kind of interesting for me, because I had a topic in mind. You see, a phrase commonly used by a group of people that I am a part of is I love you when talking toward friends, right? And I always thought this was kind of weird, just because of what that implies, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. But I've eventually been convinced by one of these group members that it is just loving as a friend, right? And that it still is weird to me that that even exists. But I was curious as to if it does, or if there's another word to describe it. And if it doesn't, then, moving on, I guess, right? So, I Google this because I'm curious. I Googled types of love, right? Because I was curious. And I came across an article. The very first article I came across was like the 8 types of love as defined by the ancient Greeks. I'm like, okay, that sounds useful. That sounds like useful information. And the third one on there is called philia, or affectionate love. And the very next thing is the Greeks defined this kind of love as affectionate love. In other words, it is the kind of love that you feel for your friends. And now I'm that's it. That's all there is. You can't really deny that that exists anymore because it's there. The ancient Greeks decided that it existed, so it exists. And that's it. So I guess it's not weird at all because you can love your friends with philia. So, yeah, I guess that's it for me. See y'all next time. No, not leaving yet. But I guess this is why you do your research, folks. If you're ever confused about a topic and something is bugging you about it, then look it up. Put it into Google. See what Google will tell you. Because Google usually isn't wrong. Thanks, Google. We appreciate your efforts in making this world a better place. But yeah, I guess I can now reconcile myself with the knowledge that you can love as a friend, and it's not weird because the ancient Greeks said it wasn't. Thanks, Plato. We appreciate you. That is right, right? It was Plato. Oh, I closed out of the article already. Dang it! Now I can't look it up. Well, I can, but I don't really want to. So, I guess do your research and don't be lazy. I guess that's the message. That's the message here. I guess that's a good message to live by. Because even if you do your research and you're lazy, then you're still not gonna do well with your research. And yeah, if you look up, well, I mean, that is true. I was lazy in my research. I only looked up one source, where I should have looked up like 3 or 4, but they all probably would have said something similar, if not the exact same thing, about philia and what it is. Um, so yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really have much to say about that because I was just proven wrong immediately. So I'm willing to accept the evidence against me and move on with myself. Anyway, this tower, it exists. It is very tall, and I really like the way this roof looks, like the different tiers of roofs that I make. I really like the way that they look. Um, so you'll get to see that eventually. Um, but the roof shape is just it's kind of cool, and I like it. The tower is also quite large. It is very tall. Not as tall as the tree, but it is more detailed. So I don't know if it took me longer to build or not than the tree did, but it was probably pretty close. Because the tree has like organic shapes, which are harder to build, but it's all one block, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. Um, Whereas this is not organic at all, but it's multiple blocks. So, yeah, I don't know. Um, but so far, tower is looking pretty cool. I used some cool colors like blue and lighter blue, and dark wood and stone brick. I don't know if gray is really considered a cool color. Light gray? Maybe? I don't know. I don't have a color wheel nearby. And I don't think gray's even on the color wheel because it's in the white black shade line thing. I don't know. I'm not an artsy person. I don't do art. Well, I mean, I guess this is considered art, right? Building in Minecraft. That's an art. I mean, anything's an art if you try hard enough and don't get paid for doing it, right? That was funny. But um, yeah, I guess this is an art. So I am an artsy person then. That's interesting. I'm not a physically artsy person, but I guess I am a video gamey arty person. I don't know. I'm sure there's another word for this. Why don't I ask Google? Going back to doing my research to figure out how I can be wrong more with myself. I don't know. Maybe the general consensus of the community is that Minecraft building isn't an art. I wouldn't know. And then I couldn't call myself an artist. But I wouldn't know because I'm not going to look it up. And that way I can leave myself blind to information. So, yeah, that's cool. I'm blind to information and knowing what I can do, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, this top layer of roof is probably the worst one, in my opinion, of all the roof, like, layers that I made. But it's not bad. It was just I was trying out a new shape, and it kind of worked out. Kind of. A little bit. It's not particularly good, but it's not really particularly bad either, so I guess that's okay. I'm not really too worried about how good it looks. Anyway, it is now time to start the detailing phase, which is probably the most important part, really, because I mean I have that husk of a tower, and it doesn't look bad. It looks unfinished. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's not finished. Like someone built it and just kind of left it there without any detail in it. So detail is important. Detailing this was also kind of weird because it's a circle, so I can't stick windows everywhere, which is what I usually do. Um, but that's good for me trying to branch out with my building, make structures that are unusual for me, um, just so I can become better at building and adapt to any situation when I need to. Um, but yeah, the details on here, a lot of stairs, very stairy, very slabby. Using spruce for most of the details, because it's like my highlight color. Because I used it like in the roofs too, to go with the clay or the terracotta, I guess, not clay anymore. So I use spruce for all the details. Um, well, not all of them. I use spruce for most of the details. There were some occasional cobblestone walls or other things like that thrown in, but overall it was just spruce wood everywhere because it looks good and I like it. Um, Yeah, detailing the top layer also is kind of weird because I don't have that much space, but I just made some weird design and just stuck with it, and it seemed to work well enough. Not really like super well, but well enough. Now it is time to build the sunglasses or the shades going over it, because it is a cool tower, and all cool people wear shades, so yeah, tower's gotta have shades too. Yeah, it took me a while to get the shape of these right. I used Google again. Dang, Google is infiltrating this episode. And I mean, technically, Google owns YouTube, right? So Google has already infiltrated the episode just by me posting it to the platform. But oh well. um, Made some shades, beautiful shades, just to make this tower even cooler than it already is. I already used the cool colors, but now it's time for the cool shades too. And yeah, and there you have it. A cool tower. You know he's cool 'cause he's got shades on. Ah, yeah. Yeah. And the tree didn't decay as much as I thought it was going to. Or at all, really. I don't think it did. I guess my command blocks worked? Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, we now have a big old tree and a cool tower in this area. And keep sending me ideas. This area is entirely dedicated to suggestions that you guys send me. They can be about anything you want. Anything that you might desire, suggest it. And if you get the most likes on either this episode or the next episode, you will be featured and your build will be put into this world forever. And with that, I'm going to leave this here. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, leave a comment, any feedback you have for me, and I'll see all of you later. Bye.